Welcome, rodeo fans. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. We're live inside the Four Seasons Arena for the Big Sky Regional Finale for 2018, the College Rodeo for University of Providence. Jeff Marn, it's the top 10 tonight. It's Championship Saturday night. What are you excited about?
You know, I'm excited about all these athletes that showed some confidence, showed some exposure last night. There's some young guns that have been trying to get this taken care of all year long, and last night they broke open the tip of the iceberg. It's going to be good. Also, University of Providence, it's their hometown. Dick Lyman came into the locker room to these individuals, said, nobody comes into our hometown and takes all the championship home. Leave some gold for us. It's going to be good, Vance.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great rodeo action. It's a great night to be settled in, dialed in with us. We appreciate you. Get a good deep seat because hot college rodeo action for the Big Sky region is moments from right now.
Here at Copper Spring Ranch, for the last few years, I think a lot of people have thought that we're just in the horse business and we have barrel races on the weekend, but we're actually a pretty multifaceted place. We do all of our farming, we produce our own hay, we raise our cattle. You know, we're a real ranch here. Stalls, hookups, our buildings are fantastic, and it's all due to the generosity of Karen Gilhausen, of course. To manage this ranch and take care of such a wonderful facility is an honor and a privilege to me.
A very similar setup for these college athletes moving on to the next step at the College National Finals Rodeo. This arena setup, very much like the one in Casper. The go time, the barrel racing, much a factor in that situation with the smaller patterns. What a great opportunity for them to finish the season strong in the Big Sky region, but as well as be prepared for that same setup when they go to Casper.
Yeah, the mental preparation, if anything, just to know that you're kind of familiar with, like you said, the setup, the pattern. You know, the rough stock events are a little different, of course, but they got to ride jump for jump on whatever they get on. But I'm telling you what, it means a little bit of something on the barrel horses and the other timed event, especially the team roping, as we saw that come to play last night. They get against that wall, and you're in trouble. I mean, you better have your mixture right if you're going to get one roped in the heel and end, because we saw that come to play a lot of times last night. So look for a great deal as we go to the first bareback rider tonight. It is going to be good.
Well, we're hearing from the in-house announcer, Larry Lorraine, Kyle Smith, Northwest College. He was 68 points on his first one. But today, down too soon and a no score. But that's not the buck order necessarily that I have, but it matches the vest.
Yes, and that's just right. As we go down, Kyle Smith, Northwest College Cowboy, just came in. His efforts, as you saw the flag out there, it looks like he failed to mark him out right off the mat. Things did not go his way. Tristan Hansen, as you talked about, University of Montana Western Cowboy coming in. We'll talk about the University of Montana Western, not only the collegiate athletes, but also their rodeo coach a little bit later in the performance here tonight. Here's a cowboy that is a gold buckle is in his sights, and I'm telling you what, one of the most talented. He's been to the Montana Circuit Finals as well, College National Finals, just barely missing a collegiate title last year, Vance Ruff, a very good athlete.
Yes, Tristan Hansen, University of Montana Western, with 72 points in night number one, and look at the style, Jeff. Setting his feet and making another successful 8-second ride in day number two.
You know, that's just Tristan's kind of memo behind his name right there. The harder they buck, the better he's going to ride. And that's just a little better horse here tonight. And I think the judges' score will reflect on that. Our officials, two of the best in the business, Lynn Smith, Bruce Keller, are with us here today. Our pickup men.
Michael Beatty, Shane Moran doing the arena evacuation crew. Scores coming in, 50 points for the rider, 50 points for the horse.
Yeah, you saw that big stall right out of the bag, so you kind of knew that was coming there, the option for a re-ride. 71 points with an option for a re-ride. Well, that is some interesting news coming into us.
He was 72 in round one, good enough for a second-place finish. 71 today, giving him a 143 on a pair.
Yeah.
But he's going to try it again. Sean Perkins, the freshman from Montana State. He was 73 points to get a win in round number one.
Sean Perkins. So to pick up where we just left off, Sean Perkins, Montana State University. Tristan Hansen will take his re-ride. You'll see him coming back. We'll gather our thoughts here and get this score coming in. As you spoke on, winning the round last night, 73 points. We'll see what they do here tonight. This could mean a lot for Tristan Hansen, this whole deal right here. So 68 points.
You see it right there. Jeff Martin, take us through that Wayland Tire replay.
You know, he just straightened out there and looked at the end. He was just kind of got to where he couldn't keep in time toward the end, but I mean, he gritted it out. A good 8-second ride. Whistle came at a good time, though, for that Cowboy. 68 points. We'll go from there.
Now, just kind of back it up a little bit. So, Sean Perkins won the first round, 73 points. He was 68. That gave him a 141 on two. As Cole Schneider getting ready to go at University of Montana Western. If Tristan Hansen would have kept his score, he'd have the win.
Yeah,
you know that's what the lead in the average at 143.
But I love that because that he knows he can ride anything here. So here we go, Cole Snyder.
Wow, Cole opening up and being aggressive.
Yes, look at this. You know, a little bit tipped over to that side right at the end. That's going to cost him a few points, but I'm telling you what, that horse was bucking, and he was exposing himself right off the beginning. So that's good to see him doing that. But I'm not quite sure where he'll be with points toward that end, but I like to see the aggressive style.
Boy, and a great shot on the Wayland Tire replay, Jeff. Look at him gap and stroke. You know, the spurring actions, what they're watching, the aggressiveness, exposure, as well as control.
Yeah.
And right here towards the end, right there, he just kind of gets himself out of shape.
He must have took a little page out of Deb Greeno's book there. He said whenever he's in trouble, he'd just loosen up just a little bit more and go to spurring on one. So that seemed to play a little bit for him. 70 points on that mark for Cole.
You know what that does? 70 to 69.
139.
139. He's sitting second in the average right there.
Now here's where the race really gets interesting. Kirkpatrick is in number 4.
Troy Kirkpatrick, University of Montana Western, getting set to go. Our in-house announcer, Larry Lorang, setting the scene of what we talked about last night with Troy Kirkpatrick being in that number 4 spot in the region, but he was 70 points. Cash Hill was 65. So more points for Troy as he's gaining momentum to take over that number 3 spot, that all-crucial 3rd spot to get himself a position at the College National Finals Rodeo. Tristan Hansen and Jesse Nelson have already secured their spots coming into the weekend. Troy needs to really make a good ride here.
Oh, Troy, get up. Yeah, we saw that horse last night as well. Just a tough one to get in rhythm with, Vance. We're going to watch his replay coming up in moments, but little ducks and dives and lunges forward and just kind of gets him loosened up. As you'll watch his replay coming in right there, kind of shifting leads, it almost looked like that horse did. But, you know, a young cowboy with a lot of try, and he'll be back, and that's good to see.
Cash Hill, University of Providence, getting set to go. He was 65 points in round number 1. He just saw Troy Kirkpatrick, the guy that's battling him for a position. Cash is number 3 in the spot in the region coming in. Opportunity for him, successful 8-second ride, more points in this first round, especially if he can jump out, maybe win the round. That's 60 points for each round they win, 60 points for average wins, and points from 6th place on down. But a no score really made a dent for Troy.
It's safe to say this kid's a cowboy. You saw him getting in the bull riding last night. I'm a big fan favorite now of this guy. Doesn't matter if it's bareback riding, he's roping, he's riding. It doesn't matter, in and out of the arena. Good cowboy. I love his effort each and every time he goes. He's got a little flamboyance here. He's going to try to get back. It's not looking pretty right now, but I tell you what, he's a cowboy. He'll hang on.
You know, I can't remember the last time, Jeff Martin, that we've seen Cash Hill hit the ground before the 8-second whistle.
Yeah.
And he's another one, in my opinion, that I would not be surprised to see him in a battle for a gold buckle someday at the National Finals Rodeo as well. A business major. He understands business, bareback riding.
He is tough, and I tell you what, the effort and then scores are coming in.
So 50 points on the ride for Cash Hill. That gives him, with his 65, 115 on a pair. Not the score he was really looking for tonight, but he's road 2. He's in a position in the average. There's another section of bareback riding coming up. I'm excited to see section number 2. Stick around with us. We'll be right back.
We just, big tribute to Ole Els right there, 31 years of service at the University of Montana Western there in Dillon, Montana. What a lovely lady, and I tell you what, an icon of rodeo throughout the Big Sky Country. It's moments away to get it kicked off into steer wrestling as we saw last night. It was awful good as we saw it kicked off. Caleb McMillan, he picked up where he left off. This kid's on a roll. We're going to get to see some great one. Dalton Hurst of Montana State University. I do believe we're going to get started off with him here tonight.
Well, 10.2 seconds to 4 seconds flat. That's the spread. And the steer wrestling coming in. Dalton Hurst getting an opportunity, coming back in the number 10 position.
Yeah, it's good.
The top 10, Carson King, Will Powell, and Bubba Boots have secured spots to the College National Finals Rodeo. It's just going to be a matter really coming down to how it sorts out between the second and third.
They're running slowest to fastest. And we're going to find out who is going.
So the battle between that second and third position, but basically those positions have been solidified in this event. And so Carson King, congratulations to him. Dalton Hurst, Montana State, though, business is not over for the Big Sky region, regardless of that shakeout. Got an opportunity to win a rodeo as he bends a knee, catch a good horn catch. Down in that far corner, making it work.
Nice. You're just waiting for him to give him that nose, and it finally did there. A little bit long down the arena, 7.1 on the time, coming in 7.1, 17.3 on 2, I do believe.
Jake Malik, University of Montana Western, next to go as you're watching the Wayland Tower replay. You see him down at the far end, just let that steer move a little too far. A stronger steer took him down the arena, 7.1. But 2 captured. Stranger things have happened when it comes to the top 10. Jake Malik was 8.2, so a 2-second lead on Dalton Hurst coming into it.
Yeah, Jake Malik, his family living right over the hill there. Highwood, Montana, not too far away from here, and so a little close to home. I know he's got some fan favorites in the house here tonight at the historic Four Seasons Arena.
A good start, head catch.
Well, 5 flat coming in and a whale of a run. So another nice run on that deal there, Jake, as we talked about, just like a hometown rodeo, and it's been good.
5 flat with his 8.2. That's 13-2. He takes over the lead. Jake Faulkner. Actually, we're going to go to Bubba Boots, the all-around champion from a year ago. A split in the steer wrestling, 7.6 seconds on his first one.
It's 60 points to win the go-around. 50 for second, 40 for third, and gone down the line for 6.
So great camera shot right in behind the barrier. Oh, good on the line. That steer just kind of take him to the left. Bubba Get him rolled over, all 4 feet, pointed the same direction. Also 8.2 in round 1. Now, or actually, he was 7 and 6. 7.1 is his time tonight. So 7-6, 7-1, 14 and 7 on a pair.
So good. Jake Faulkner coming up to us next here. Jake Faulkner last night, I do believe.
8.2 seconds on his first one. Splitting that 8th and 9th position coming into the short round. You're seeing him now because of the splits in the steer wrestling. Good start. Hard running steer. Got him caught. Good head catch. Got to get him over.
Oh, it's a dog fight, Vance.
Now he's got to get him up. On his side.
Talk to us about that right there. We saw that last night. People are a little confused on that. You know, hoping he'd get the flag. You saw that steer go down, but tell us the rule on that, Vance.
Well, you know, as we watch the Wayland Tire replay, this one is a little easier to me than the one we saw last night because what happens here is the steer actually throws himself down.
Yeah.
And so the steer choosing to fall down, he had to get him up, set him down. And it just takes him a little bit longer. Maybe it takes him out of the opportunity for a championship for the rodeo here at University of Providence.
Yes.
11 and 6 on the run for Jake Faulkner, 11 and 6. And we're going to go to Keenan Kwame, Montana State University. The all-around talent, the youngster, the sophomore, going to MSU, getting a degree in animal science. 6.1 on his first one. He's a bull rider. He's a steer wrestler. He can rope calves. He can team rope. He can do it all. And he's one of the nice guys as well. We talk a lot about in the opportunity to visit with these cowboys outside of the arena. A good haze. Cannon's got him caught now. The youngster making it work.
Making it work here tonight. Long hair, don't care. 7 flat for the time. It is good. You heard the in-house announcer, 13.1, I do believe, on the total.
13-1 puts him to the lead in the average as he came back right in the middle of the pack. Another young man from Montana State University getting set to go was also 6-1 in round number 1, and that's Jake Nelson. Had a chance to visit. Really no chance at qualifying for the college finals. He'd have had to really knock it out of the park the last 2 rodeos of the season. But it seems like every short round, Jeff Martin, every short round all spring, Jake Nelson is right there in a dogfight. He's right in the thick of things for an opportunity. 6-1 on his first one as he gets set to go. You see the barrier, again, some of the rules. If you're dialing in with us tonight, first time maybe checking out a rodeo, some of the simple concepts. You must give advantage to the livestock always. That's that score line in front of him. That also starts the clock. You got to give that steer a head start. If you leave too soon, there's a pigtail that will break. Our field officials in the field will let us know, and it's a 10-second penalty. Reach down, got a good catch. Now watch, this is where he shines, is the groundwork right here.
That is a strong, probably the strongest steer we've seen so far here tonight, and maybe all weekend.
Jake just making it work.
It might take the team of Montana State University to get that one flipped there, Vance, but we got him. 13.9 comes up for Jake.
And we're into the top 4 now, Jeff Martin. Jake Worthen, University of Montana Western. Here's another young man we've seen for his 4 years of college at Western. Always competitive, making short rounds, rodeo after rodeo. Saw him in the team roping last night as well. He's an all-around talent, the Idaho Cowboy. 4th in the first round was 6 flat on his first one.
Yeah, as you see his teammates there rooting him on here tonight. Oliel's hanging over the balcony, ready to get another Bulldog into action. 6.3 on the effort there. Kind of hung a leg a little bit, cost him a little bit of time at the end there, Vance. But, yeah, he just kind of caught that leg under there and just bunched him up, cost him a few tenths. But it's still a pretty good little run for what he had to work with.
Yeah, 12-3. Just went to the lead in the average. So he might not win the round. He's in second in the round right now, but winning, he's in the lead for the average and kind of putting the heat on the other fellas. Carson King.
Yeah, this is the guy everybody's chasing for right now, Carson King, Montana State University in the number 1 position right now in the Big Sky region. So an opportunity for Carson to add to his points total. It is going to be good. As we do this, keep it rolling. Montana State University came in with a 5.3 last night and looks to nothing but add to it.
You know, we talked about him last night as well. You know, he took a year off before becoming a freshman. The big young man, the maturity right there, just making a businessman run.
Yes. A nice little run. You can tell it keeps rolling. 4.8 will put him in the number 1 spot there on 2. That'll do it. 10.1 on a pair for this weekend going in with 2 remaining.
Yeah, number 1 in the round, number 1 in the average. That's a lot more points to help the number 1 man. And again, he's already locked up that Big Sky Regional Championship, but those points you carry on to nationals. I believe it zeroes out when they get there.
Yeah, we'll do some more point searching as the night goes on, and but I'm telling you what, that helps his efforts. It's just to keep on keeping on, as we might say, Vance. Caleb McMillan, our next athlete coming in, backing into the box.
Northwest College Trappers represented. Coach Del Knows, our regional faculty director, is pretty proud of this young man. He's the number 1 man in the all-around. He's a bull rider. He's a steer wrestler, a tie down. He does them all. Now, right there, as we take it back to that Whalen Tire replay, it was touch and go. He finished the way you'd want to see him finish, but there was a moment there where if he doesn't settle down and stay tight, that steer gets away from him.
Yes, businessman decision right there. And that's all about what's usually how you touched upon that is, you know, the more they run, the more they practice, the better they kind of acknowledge of what's going on inside that arena, and that helps.
5.2 on the run. That goes nicely with his 4.8. That's a 10-second flat run. And that just puts him to the lead on 2. Number 1 man in the first go-round at the finale was Will Powell, Montana State University. 4 seconds flat in round number 1. A blistering run. We've talked about him last night a little bit, Jeff Martin. Here's a young man that just, you know what I really want to see him do, and I know he can do it, is that second round. He's won a lot of first go-rounds. He's been really in the thick of things and then just struggled a little bit in the short rounds to really seal the deal. But he's got a position to move on to the college finals, looks like potentially in all of his events. Sporting the red ribbon, supporting Coach Ole Else as he resets the Good American Quarter Horse in that corner. We talk about that score. You don't want to be early. You don't want to be late. The timing, that steer has a rope around his neck with a certain length. When it reaches out there a certain distance, it's going to pull the pin and allow the cowboy out free and clear. Do not leave too soon, Will Powell. Cowboys and cowgirls got to compete on animal drawn for them.
Yeah,
this is a good steer.
Exactly, Will. You talk about a cowboy rodeo family right there, the Powell family. You know, cowboys, ranchers, great rodeo athletes. And there you go. That will be your average champion, Will Powell. So congratulations goes out to Will Powell on the steer wrestling here at an amazing showing this weekend and giving him a little confidence going into the college national finals, Vance Ruff.
Yeah, stick around with us. We'll be right back right after this.
Let me tell you about America. Down roads you don't ever see. Verses on billboards, cash crops and a coffee. Gripping Hardee's in the parking lot, popping biscuits in the back seat. Losing lighters in my friend's couch, with the game on the TV. Going hard at the Hardee's, real hard with my Hardee's. Beat car, all stars, going down like the sun. Thick burger clutching with my bros out back, hanging for no good reason. Drive through, same through, sweet thickness in my eyes. Walk in the backyard, shakes held high. That's America past them fries.
Hi, everybody. We're back. University of Providence, Big Sky Region Finals. I'm with the icon of all of Big Sky Rodeo right here. Guys, you know what? A special night for you. Ole Els, the coach for over 31 years at the University of Montana Western. Ole, what a big night. And tell me what this means to you.
Well, it's a huge night, but you know, I look back and I have no regrets. It's been a great run.
You know, we're so proud of you. You know, it's even special, not only to when you're going and traveling around with the great rodeo and the recruiting process, but it's nice to be able to look back and realize how many great athletes you've actually developed when it comes to saddle bronc riders, Wrangler National Finals, rodeo qualifiers, and about every event there is. So, you know, talk about that. It's a neat deal for you.
Well, it has. It's been a great, like I said, it's been a great run, but we've had some amazing people come through the program that rodeoed at Montana Western. You know, I sit back and I think, you think of your national champions. You know, I go back, Taylor Nargang won the steer wrestling, Wyatt Smith at the college finals. He won the all-around in the steer wrestling there. Jarrett Monroe from Browning won the bronc riding. Jake Hayworth won the bareback riding, and he also won the saddle bronc riding. And it was, you know, those were great runs. You go back a little farther, and you've got names like Jesse Peterson, Tim Garrison, Sean Davis, and Sean's the general manager of the NFR. So, yeah, it's been a great run.
No, it is extra special. And now, you know, we hand over the reins to another coach, but I tell you what, folks.
And he's one of my kids.
He is. It's so special. Ole Els, folks, thank you for being out with us.
Thank
and good
you
luck
so
to you
much.
in your future.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, we're back. We're going to go back down. We'll keep it live here. Second section of bareback riding. Ole Els, what an icon is. We're going to keep it rolling right down the line in the bareback riding. It's going to be Jake Nelson, our first bareback rider up here tonight. Oh, Vance Ruff, Ole Els just visited with us. That's extra special right there. 31 years of promoting University of Montana Western Bulldogs. Jake Nelson, Montana State University Cowboy, I do believe.
Jesse Nelson.
Jesse Nelson, that's right. Well, you keep it in the Nelson family, either way, shape, or form. Jesse.
He was 65 in round number 1, 65 points. Scores coming in for him here in round number 2. How about a new leader, 73 points?
Yes, Waylon Tyre. Replay showing you the up-close and personal look there. Jesse Nelson, that is. A nice little showing here today.
Calder Peterson, Dawson Community College. He was no score in round number 1, but an opportunity to come back, a straight two-header. We talked about that earlier. Each one of these guys, all year long at all the rodeos, it's been the format in the horse riding events. So an opportunity to go again.
Oh, I mean to tell you, spin him out of there like a penny piece of bubblegum, Vance Ruff. Did you see that? The rumble seat is in full effect here at the Four Seasons Arena. It is good.
Taking us back, that Waylon Tyre replay. It looked like maybe from the start, Jeff Martin, opportunity, but it just unraveled on him.
Yeah. I mean, it is all over right about here. This is where it gets a little interesting. We'll give him a 10 on the backflip. Not so much on the landing, but I tell you what, he's tough, and he's no score for the good Cowboy here tonight.
Even the Russian judge went for a 10.
Yeah, you know, if the Russian judges are coming in, that we're going to have action. It's Brody Schaefer, University of Providence, right here, hometown rodeo for the college athlete.
Another Cowboy, no score in round number 1. Another opportunity for, getting on another horse. Another opportunity at points in the round. Boy, you're going to have to sit back and get those feet moving.
Brody, get up out of there. He's got 2 guns, one for each of you. As they see the flags, it started off a little rough for Brody as you saw him miss that horse out. But I like it. That's something to build on here. Get it over with as assistant rodeo coach. Sylvan Lacrosse comes up there. And, Sylvan being a great bareback rider at one point in time, that's going to help his process as he builds on everything that he does here tonight. So Shane Moran, Michael Beatty, our Ram pickup men of the evening, as we go down the line to an all-around athlete, Kelly Murnion, University of Montana Western.
You know, we've talked a lot about the Murnion boys this weekend. We bragged on them, and I've become the president of their fan club. They should start their own Facebook page.
He's got a forearm like a drum of oil, and I tell you what, he's a powerful individual. Core strength, we touched on that last night. You know, you get into that core strength, the individual effort that this cowboy puts in, it's a recipe for success. As Kelly Murnion gets to be nodding his head, but he's in trouble right off the bat, Vance. As you saw him, a swift nod of the head, and it ended quickly.
Well, entire replay going to bring it back to us. See what exactly happened. You see the mark out? Good mark out. But just rocking him forward right there is what really got him out of shape, and just couldn't recover.
That horse did not help him in any way, shape, or form either. He's a little bit hard to twist as we go on down to the next bareback rider tonight.
Brody Smith, University of Montana Western, next to crawl over the chute. Hand in the rigging, a great opportunity for those at home to get to see right inside that chute a nice, great up-close personal camera shot of working that. We talk about the mark-out rule. Feet over the front points of the shoulder, first jump out of the chute. Our field officials watching closely for that. Then it is going to be an 8-second ride. Watching the spurring action, the exposure, but yet control, as well as the bucking action of the horse. Nods his head, says, let's do it.
Oh, you see him that knee, and I don't know if they popped a feather or what is going on there, if he's just shedding out in the middle of the arena. Yeah, it looks like the winter hair is coming off the good-looking buckskin here tonight, but we're going to have to go back there. A little bit of trouble right there. He thought about loosening it up, but it just got bowed over that rigging and never could quite back set up.
Well, no score goes into the books for Brody Smith. Experience and what did college rodeo do for them, and an opportunity given back. Looks like it may be a shift in the program here.
Yeah, you hear the cowbells coming out. That means we're going to somebody from the University of Montana Western.
Well,
Bulldogs.
Tristan Hansen had a 71-point score.
Re-ride coming. This is his re-ride for the bareback riding. Talked about this guy just rarely missing a college national title last year, and this kid.
Oh, wow.
We told you the harder they buck, the better he rides. You see the fur flying. That's a textbook bareback ride. Should be the highest mark rider we've seen all weekend of the bareback riding. We'll see what the judges have to say, but it's exactly, the better ones rise to the occasion. That's exactly what Tristan Hansen did here tonight. Michael Beatty, Shane Moran, our pickup man, setting him down nice and easy and getting paid off immensely here at the Four Seasons Arena.
Well, we all questioned it. We all questioned it when he was given that 71, but because of the rules in the bareback ride, now opportunity to re-ride, turns around, turns in a 78-point ride. He just won the round, won the average. And
yeah, that just goes back to what we just talked about, a big year of rodeo. And this kid has already made the Montana Circuit Finals a few times, so something to add on and put fuel to the fire on his confidence building coming up into the performance.
Stick around with us. More great rodeo action right after this. College rodeo can't happen without our college sponsors, our national intercollegiate sponsors, always behind the kids.
Yeah, Cactus Gear Equine Equipment.
Cactus Saddlery, the official saddle of the PRCA and the NIRA.
Cinch Jeans Insurance, helping you help yourself.
Helamatic providing the best practice tools available. Perfect practice every time. Helamatic Training Systems.
Maynard Buckles, for all the buckle needs. Maynard has what you need.
Powder River Livestock Handling Equipment, the CNFR's official arena provider. Powder River.
And Ram Pickup Trucks, the official automotive sponsor of the NIRA, national sponsor here tonight. Ram Pickup.
Resist All, the best all around. Resist All, the official hat of College Rodeo. And Wild City Visit Casper.
Yeah, home of the College National Finals right there. You know, you couldn't get any better than that. The group that helps us out to keep the wheels running, our NIRA national sponsors. As we go down the line, it is time for goat tying here, Vance Ruff, and we saw some good ones yesterday. Talk about it.
Well, welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us, I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. A couple of events in the book so far. Goat tying getting set to go. We saw 7 flat, now to 7-7. That's the top 10. Tiari Elgin, the senior, the graduating senior, sets it up on the ground. Well, watch the quick hands right here. Tie any 3 legs and then step away. That goat's got to stay tied for the allotted 5 seconds. It's official. It's good. And she's 7.8 in the short round, 7 and 8. So she was 7-7 in round 1, 7-8 in round 2, 15 and 5 on a pair.
Yeah, and you know, me and you touched on this last night. Talk to me about how important the get off is right here. It makes or breaks a good goat tie and run, and you'll see what we talk about as you watch the performance progress.
Well, this is Emmy Ilgen, the younger sister of Tiari, going to school at the University of Montana Western. And you hit it perfectly, that stumble on the get-off.
Yeah.
You'll see it right here.
Just a few tenths of a second mean everything in this.
But then made it up on the ground.
Fast
and
hands.
It done in 7.3 seconds. 7.3, 15 flat on a pair. She's in the lead.
Yeah, Jesse Orhood coming in. Dawson Community College, 7.7 last night. Our officials here, as we talked about, 2 of the best.
Lynn Smith, Bruce Keller, flagging one end. You'll see the time clock start. And she comes through the tunnel. And as soon as she throws her hands in the air, that's when time concludes. If that horse does cross over that picket line for any reason, it can be a 10-second penalty. Masterful get off as she steps in, sets the goat on its side. Across the 3 legs. Great tie.
Yeah, nice little business run there as she completed it. 8.2 on the effort.
15 and 9 on a pair. Let's go to the number 1 cowgirl in the Big Sky region. The Big Sky Regional Student Director, Tess Turk, University of Montana Western, the senior, 7.5 in round number 1. Enough to qualify her back into the top 10, qualifying in around that number 7 position. Watch Tess here. Great setup, never misses a stride. Cross and tie, T squared, get it done.
You know, she does a lot for the sport of the NIRA around here, especially the Big Sky region. You know, touch on that, Vance Ruff. This girl, she never stops working.
Well, we talk about the sponsors. We talked about them a little bit ago. She is the integral part of representing the entire Big Sky region in making sure that sponsors like these are on board. As well as at every rodeo, she's hanging banners, she's coordinating those grand entries with the flags, taking care of those sponsors, as well as then, you know, dialing into her business. Then the rodeo get over and she's having meetings. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, she's good. Cassidy Williamson, our next cowgirl coming up, Montana State University Northern cowgirl. Coach Kallenberger is awful proud of this young lady right there. That stumble almost worked for her in her benefit there, so we'll see how it goes. We talked about that get off right there. It just will make or break you.
Well, I've always felt, whether in the tie down rope or the go tie-in, if you're going to fall towards the animal.
Exactly, and she did that. 8.7 on the effort right there. 8.7.
It's right about 16 and 1. A little bit out of it. As we go to Lorianne Smith, University of Montana Western, the Bulldogs. We talked about this young lady, 7.3 last night to qualify her into the top 5. Points in round number 1. And I touched on it. This young lady can be fast. A great get off. Wastes no time in that stirrup, stepping down on the ground, get to him. Need to flank him a little bit cleaner, but she's finishing the run.
Yeah, the goat was not quite the pick of the pen right there. You see him kicking and fighting that off, and not the get off she was looking for, but that little hand right there is going to do wonders in her future.
We're into the top 4 now. Ryan Tracy split 3rd and 4th in round number 1 with a time of 7.2, the graduating senior from Montana State University.
This is where it's at, Vance Ruff. A beautiful night here at the University of Providence Big Sky Region Finals here, Four Seasons Arena. Goat tying action.
Good position. If you get a goat that'll wait and post for you, up and down. Oh, those legs just hiding from her there. That's going to cost her a little bit of time. We'll see how it shakes out. 8-4 on the run with 7-2 in round number 1, 15-6 on a pair. And we're into the top 3.
Top 3 as we go to Shelby Rasmussen, Montana State University cowgirl coming in. Here's another one of the all-around talents that we talked about. It seems you find yourself talking a little bit more about the barrel racing sometimes when Shelby's name comes up. But I'm telling you what, she is no slouch in any of the events. She's just an athlete, period.
Oh, she works at it. She works at the rope, and she puts in the time. She's a great student, going to school, getting an accounting degree. Just a freshman. Shelby Rasmussen, 7-2 on her first one as well. But right here's where it pays off. The quick feet, the good flank, cross and tie. Hello, Shelby Rasmussen.
Nice run. .7.1 on the run for Shelby here tonight. Kind of showing you a little demonstration on how to do it here tonight. That get off, as we talked about, fast hands, and just with a little bit of patience, but it paid off. It actually helped her a little bit benefit in her speed in the goat run here, as we just watched.
The heat just got a lot hotter in the kitchen.
It's hot up in here.
7-2, 7-1, 14-3. She's in the lead in the round, leading the average. And the next two girls were 7-1 and 7 flat, so they cannot be conservative. As we go to Madison Brenner, Montana State University. Here comes another youngster. Her older sister also competed for the Bobcats, got graduated, got a degree. Love to see the freshman making an appearance in these short rounds. But just a hesitation on that tie. A little uncertainty on the cross, but she made it work. It looks like he's going to stay tied.
7-7, she still made a pretty good little run right there, but
yeah, 14-8. She's second in the average.
Second in the average. That'll put her as we go to a lady that's been on fire at the University of Providence, the Big Sky Region Finals so far. We're going to go to the number 1 lady coming in tonight, Celie Salmon, as you and me spoke on in her opening here tonight. This little cowgirl has a fire in her eyes, and she wants to add to it here tonight.
7 flat in round number 1. The bandana strategically positioned gives her an opportunity. She just needs that goat to cooperate just a little more. Quick
she's hung up in that rope a little bit. Things
you see it right there.
Just not the run she was looking for. But, this is what the good thing is. She doesn't need to hang her hat low on any time. She is a champion. So we're looking at that replay here. Watch that rope kind of get in the way of things, and it didn't work out.
Boy, just an unfortunate set of circumstances, but you and I well know, Jeff Warren, that's rodeo, and nobody will pick her head up faster than the champion bloodlines of Celie Salmon.
She'll build on that. Look out for the next event.
Hey, a shout out to Shelby Rasmussen, though, 7-1, winning the round, winning the average.
Dominating here. That was nice.
The women Bobcats needed some more points in the team standings. So stick around with us. We got great more college rodeo action coming up right after this.
Bareback riding takes a special kind of person. It takes somebody that's willing to deal with all odds against them. It's the most physically demanding event in rodeo, and There are a lot of guys that chew tobacco, and I've seen my friends have the start of cancer in their lip and they change it from top to bottom rather than quitting. And I've run across guys who have to push a button to speak to me because they've gotten throat cancer, and it takes a special person to ride a bucking horse. And if you can do that, then you can kick the habit of chewing. In rodeo, you never back down from a challenge. So I challenge you, quit chewing today.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
We want to have a discussion. I'm here with Dr. Anthony Aretz. You are the president of the University of Providence. Tell us a little bit about this transition and what it's meant to you guys here in the campus in Great Falls.
Well, thank you. It's huge. We were a sleepy little private liberal arts college, and then we're part of Ministry of Providence St. Joseph Healthcare, which is the third largest nonprofit healthcare system in the country. It's a $23 billion company with 110,000 employees, and they realize they have a looming workforce crisis about it next 5 and 10 years as all the baby boomers retire. And they said, hey, we own a university. Let's invest in the university to build our workforce of the future. So they've committed a significant amount of money to us over the next 5 years to transform the university. And that included the name change from the University of Great Falls, Montana to the University of Providence to more closely align ourselves to Providence St. Joseph Health and our founding by the Sisters of Providence.
Wow, that's outstanding. And it's really come with a good financial boost for your programs as well. What does that mean for the sport of rodeo here at the University of Providence?
Well, first, I'm new to Montana, but I have fallen in love with rodeo. I played football. I played a year for Air Force till I got injured. But coming here, I said if I would have lived in Montana, this would have been my sport. I love it, and the more I learn about it, the more fascinated I get. But we want to be, as a liberal arts university located in an agricultural economy, we need to do something big and significant and expand our rodeo program, but not only expand our rodeo program, but offer academic programs in maybe equine science and ag science and other programs where we really need to be a regional leader in higher education. So there's good things on the horizon.
Well, we're sure excited about it. We appreciate you being here with us. We've had the opportunity over the weekend to meet some of your staff. It looks like the future is very, very bright here in Great Falls.
Oh, it's an exciting time, and I'm just blessed to be here and have this opportunity to lead the charge. So it's a lot of fun, and our rodeo team is great. They're good kids, and they're going to go out and make a great difference in the world. So it's exciting.
You hit the nail on the head. I see a big future. We really appreciate you,
Well, thank
Dr.
you so
Aretz.
much.
Good luck in the future, and I hope to visit more with you soon.
Oh, would love to, anytime.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well, we're ready to go. Back with our next event. Back to the buck and shoots, everybody. It's time for some saddle bronc riding. And welcome back. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. In the horse riding, it is a straight two-header. As we saw in the bareback riding, same in the saddle bronc. In the saddle bronc riding, we're going to start right off with Caleb McMillan, Northwest College, the all-around talent. Now, take a look at this, Jeff Marn. He was just competing in the steer wrestling. He's back, hustles down, not even time to shap up. He's got his horse cinched up. The bronc rein is ready to go. The classic event is about underway. Oh, he steps in. He does have the shaps on. He's thrown me off a time or two. We've seen him not afraid to ride a bucking horse or ride a bull with a little bit less equipment.
Well, when you're in a hurry, I mean, to tell you, you just got to do what you got to do. Here we go, Caleb McMillan. Nice little hop out of there. Resets his feet and goes to work. Trying to get in time with the little horse right there.
46 points in round number one. It wasn't quite the matchup as we talked about it last night that he was really looking for. But tonight, making it work. He got him a spot into the short round. Take us through this replay of the Wayland Tire.
You see him kind of blow up a little bit right there. He kind of got a little tall in the saddle. He reshuffled his feet, though. And this is where that horse is just kind of lunging and kicking at his stomach a little bit. Kind of hard to get in time. He was just doing the best he can just to keep in there. So he got one rode, and a 55-point marking comes up for Caleb, and that'll add to last night's.
Yeah, so a 55 and a 46. Again, we talk about getting 2 captured, 2 covered. Whatever event it is, now he's in the lead in the average. They've got to come beat him as we go to Calvin Schaefer, also from Northwest College. 61 points in round number 1. The saddle bronc riding has basically been decided, the 3 positions moving on out of the region to the college finals, Tyler Turco being one of them. Keenan Reinhardt for the Bobcats, Caleb McMillan you just saw, he's got a spot. He solidified it last night in round number 1. So again, the Big Sky region well represented.
You know, the horses were firing right last night, and just like right now, here's an opportunity. You know, go ahead and get yourself some. He was in trouble. Kind of got himself back into position. Nice little effort.
Well, the in-house announcer Larry Lorang sure liked it.
Yes.
Excited.
Yeah, he did as well, but I'm telling you what, and I love the effort too just as well, because you look at this, he was tipped up and he was gone for most guys, but he said, you know what, not tonight, I'm going to sit back in there and go to hustling, and that's exactly all that ride was, is just pure grit and determination. So, you know, what the score is going to not reflect a huge mark, but I love the effort that he put out. 63-point marking comes up for the Cowboy.
So we're getting set to go.
Montana State.
Yancey Holly,
yes.
Montana State University Northern.
I like it. Yancey Holly, University of Montana Northern, man. We talked about his coach, Doug Kallenberger, former Montana Circuit finalist. Up there leading that program up there along with his wife. They do a fantastic job and you know, recruiting up there on the High Line. Here's Yancey. Here's a kid that goes ahead and puts out the effort as well.
Oh,
that horse flat
Yancey
got him loosened up and spit him out of there. And I love his attitude, too. Yancey just takes it with a grain of salt and smiles and goes on to the next one. But tip of the hat to the horse right there, and a no score for Yancey out of the Montana State University Northern.
Well, the Wayland Tire replay giving you a great shot of how not to dismount the good Jacobs bucking horses.
Yeah, Jacobs Rodeo Company bucking horses were in the house last night along with the Black Eagle Rodeo Company. So both of those guys bringing us a great set of horses for the Four Seasons Arena here tonight.
MSUB represented Montana State University Billings. Emmett Johnson was 38 points in round number 1, measuring off that bronc rein. You get lift on the rein, 2 feet in the stirrups. Markout rule is in effect in the saddle bronc riding. It's great to see some of these programs rekindling, just like what happened here at the University of Providence. When it was the University of Great Falls, Dick Lyman stirred up that interest, and as things grew for them, they had a program in place. MSUB has been on the map, was strong back in the day, and now you're starting to see the contestants starting to surface.
Just trying to get in rhythm with this one, and it's probably not going to happen for him here this afternoon, but you know, that's good. Just a confidence builder and something to work on, as we spoke on. A big rodeo season coming up, whether they make the college national finals rodeo or not, gives these guys an opportunity to look forward to, you know, progressing in their craft.
Well, it's a great point. Some of these Cowboys have been rodeoing in the PRCA and outside of, you know, from going to school and college rodeo. We'll talk about some of those coming up later on in the rodeo.
You know, everybody started somewhere, and that's always how I've thought about all of that. You got to start small and then just give you something to work on. So Chad Funk, the Cowboy, 47 points as you touched on last night. Give a little something to shoot for here tonight. As we talked about, it was pretty special that we got to talk to Olie Els a little earlier. Man, I tell you what, I just go back and think of all the great athletes. She's raised this family in her own home there. It's a pretty special night for her as we keep it going with the good ones. Go on, well, Chad.
Got his hands full there. We hear the whistle blow, but we're looking down. We get a view of the laundry on the ground. Sometimes making the 8-second whistle does not mean a score. The markout rule, foot drops down, that first jump out. It's going to be a no score for Chad Funk. This is just section number 1 of the saddle bronc riding. Again, looks like they rescinded the no score, gave him a 48.
Yeah, that'll add to it. That's, you know, like we talked about points. Well, don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to be right back, coming up with more rodeo action right after this.
about the halfway point, maybe just we'll call it a third of the way through the finale here, the Big Sky Regional finale at the University of Providence. Team roping, Jeff Martin 14-3 to 7.4 is the split, qualifying for the top 10. Header in behind the barrier. He's got to give that steer a head start. If he breaks the barrier, there's a 10-second potential penalty there. Heeler's job rope, 2 hind feet. If he only ropes 1 hind leg, that could be a 5-second penalty. So we're not going to want to see any penalties in the short round. We want to see smooth runs and aggressive. Allie Brown, Jake Nelson, Montana State University is going to start us off 14.3 on their first one.
Bobcat team backing into the box. Team roping time here at the University of Providence, the Big Sky Regional Championship, Saturday Night Live, and it's time to get the team roping started here. Allie, nice little head catch. Cleaned it up on the heeling side. Not going to happen today. A swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. The Bobcats go home empty-handed here as we move it on down the line.
Lane McGill, Lawson McGill. Lane, Montana State University. Lawson going to school over in Miles City. Both of them growing up down in that Powderville country. They were 13.7 in round number 1. Three legal head catches in the sport of team roping. Slick around the horns, a half head, or right around the neck. Oh, nice smooth run.
Yes. Pull that slack up a little bit. 7.1, a nice little run there.
Fastest time we've seen so far, Jeff Martin in the whole rodeo, 7.1. That's going to go nicely. A 20-4 on a pair. Now everybody's got to come beat him. Correction, 20.8 on 2 head. So we go to Jared James Whitman and Garrett Welch. Both Montana State University Bobcats, both youngsters. One a freshman, one a sophomore.
All around talents as we go. Yeah, we're going to switch up the order a little bit.
So that was Charlie Yeager filling in for Jarrett Whitman. And they're going to be in no time. Zane Marsenko, Claydoni, Montana State University Northern.
Yeah, we talked about the Marsenko family there last night. A few of the family members have participated up there at the Montana State University Northern, up there in Havre, Montana, with Coach Kallenberger. The Canadians coming down. Great family of rodeo athletes as well. Claydoni on the other side, trying to clean it up here as we go in 7.1, leading the way so far in tonight's round in our team roping.
You know, this is sometimes what we see, you know, often. You get into the top 10, especially in the team roping. Getting 2 captured sometimes can be harder than it looks. Head catch, but got too much real estate in the front side.
Yeah, we got a little. Yeah, and I'm not even sure he quite knew that he had that leg quite in there a little bit, but got to turn and burn a little bit. But
it's right here on the Wayland Tire replay. You can see that figure 8 just came low enough, and that steer stepped in it. He picks up that front leg, and that's an automatic no time. We go to Dawson Community College. No, correction, University of Montana Western. Jamie Baker, she's going to do the head, and J.D. Steen is doing the heeling. You know, we talked last night a little bit about the difficulties of roping with your family members.
Yes.
What about boyfriend-girlfriend type situations? This could be tricky.
Yes.
Jamie doing her job. Good head catch. JD better not miss. Oh.
Well,
I think she might let that one slide.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go, too, and Dingsher just kind of a mishap on the heeling side. But I guess I got to say it just depends on how well you rope there on that wind, whether that works as far as that deal goes, Vance Ruff, to get that clarified right up. But I don't recommend trying it, but the Wayland Tire replay showing you what went wrong there on the heeling side. Nice little camera shot as we continue on down the line in our team roping here tonight.
Jace Bishop, John Bell getting set to go. Montana State University, MSU Northern.
Yes, we're keeping it rolling. Jason, John, Montana State, MSU Northern combination, battling it out here in the team roping. Oh, heading side, Vance wanting to be fast.
I like the offense right there. I really enjoy this camera angle shot from behind the barrier. You see it a little bit at the National Finals Rodeo. You don't get to see it a lot of times, but trying to just be right there when that barrier pulls. As we're into the top 4 now. Dawson, Swanchera, Webb, O'Neill, Northwest College, and Dawson Community College. 8.9 on their first one.
Yeah, trying to get him up there. Had a little bit of a runner. That horse was behind on that heading side. Had to kind of get back in there, but we're going to have a penalty, a 5-second penalty on that heeling end. So 16.2 with that 5-second penalty, as that'll put him in there at 25.1 on the average, as you heard our in-house announcer as well here this evening.
Well, and we're into that top 4. Getting one caught and captured, getting 2 times. You might not win first in the average, but you might win second or third. So we're now at Chase Mitchell and Brent Ross, Montana State University Bobcats. 8.8 in round number 1. Chase doing the heading, Brent Ross doing the heeling. A pair of young guns with the catch rope. Oh, that's a snappy little run.
Oh, nice. It was right from the get-go. You could tell that was going to work.
8-8 last night. They're 7-1 tonight. They tied for the top spot.
Well, they just tied for the lead, 7.1 in the round. They just went to the lead in the average.
Yeah.
15.9 on 2.
Yeah, they got him turned right around there, faced him up, and it looked good.
Boy, and you said it. You could watch that replay. You could tell those ropes were going to fit. The assertiveness, they were ready to go. They were prepared. Great positioning, great opportunity, and the Bobcats are in the lead. Chance Switzer, Tanner Froschhog, Dawson Community College. Here come the Buccaneers once again. Rodeoing for Coach Courtney Deagle, Colton Nagy, the assistant coach over there, along with Paul Eicher, Tori Eicher. Also keeping that program going. Boy, I don't know, that slow steer might have got him at the barrier.
Yeah, I'm not so sure we didn't, but kind of some tough luck on that heeling side right there, but it looked awful fast at that barrier to get us kicked off. So regardless, the effort was there. We're going to have a no time here today.
Final team is the number 1 team in round number 1. Stopping the clock at 7.4 seconds. Bubba Boots and Matt Williams. Trapper fans, get ready.
Yeah.
Here's a team that they're number 2 in the Big Sky region. They very much have an opportunity, if not already solidified a position at the college finals. But they want to win the rodeo.
And that's the competitive attitude that I think the coaches come into effect on that too as well. You can't lay back and take a day off in college rodeo or any kind of rodeo, or every day. Attitude has to be go at them full-heartedly, and that's what they do. And I love the attitude of these two. That's why they're in the position. They have 2 all-around athletes. Let's see what they can get done here in the team roping. Let's see. This could be good. I love it. That is good watching, Vance Ruff.
Wow.
I love that little heeling.
Like
I love that little heeling horse that he rides there too, man. That is the fastest run we've seen, I do believe. It looks good. 13.9, that will do it in the average. It is looking good for Bubba Boots and Matt Williams. Our team roping smoking end here in the University of Providence Big Sky Regional Championships on a Saturday night. Folks, we've got more rodeo action. I want you to stick around because we've got saddle bronc riding coming up, section number 2, right after this.
foundation of Dawson Community College success is uniquely talented and dedicated personnel who share a commitment to high academic standards, vibrant campus culture, and individual attention to student needs. In addition to intramural sports, DCC offers competitive intercollegiate athletics competing against the best schools in Montana. Dawson Community College offers an exceptional learning environment in which students gain the knowledge and skills they need to be leaders in today's world. Learn today, lead tomorrow.
I told you we were going to have
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. Section number 2 of the Saddle Bronc riding is about to kick off. Giving you a little recap of the leaderboard. 63 right now in the lead. 124 points on a pair. That's Calvin Schaefer, Northwest College. Jacob's Rodeo horses are set. We're going to roll. We're going to go to a Bobcat. He's the number 2 man in the Big Sky region, but he won second in round number 1 with a 63-point effort. Keenan Reinhardt, one of the graduating seniors, getting a degree in accounting. No slouch. The Canadian cowboy coming to school in Montana. Rodeoing in the Big Sky region is no stranger to the College National Finals rodeo either.
So he wants to keep that up as well, not only for the Bobcat Nation, but the Canadian flag he wears proudly. And here we go. Just kind of trying to find some rhythm here on that, getting a little bit balled up there by that chute. Not giving him a real opportunity to expose himself. But good enough for the 8-second whistle. Scores are going to be coming in moments. Markout rule is in effect, and like we talked about right there, pretty tough to go ahead and just expose yourself when he's right against that North 40 outgate as University of Providence the Argos. They'll set him up, and we'll get an opportunity coming up here in moments. 64 points on that last effort. 64 as looks like we're going to go to the Montana State University. University of Montana, Tyler Turco is where we're going now. The
so
reride.
Now it's official, yep. 61 goes away. He's taking the reride. I love to see it. Really, and you and I talked about it at the break. We knew the competitive edge of Tyler Turco. There's probably no way he's not taking a reride. Hey, much better matchup right here.
Yes. Yeah, Turco showing you why they call it the classic event in rodeo, as he's exposing himself, the spur stroke, the lifting on the rein, and making it look pretty nice. It is a nice little effort. The Tyler tuxedo, that's good stuff.
Well, he was 67 in round number 1. Waiting for those scores. Jeff Marn, how about 76 points in the short round? Tyler Turco just commanding the lead in the round and the average.
That is good stuff right there. Good for Tyler and the effort right there as you watch it. Pretty nice little bronc ride on a Saturday night.
So it's Tyler Turco, it's Keenan Reinhardt, Calvin Schaefer, top 3 in the average and the round. It goes just that way, both the round and the average points. Austin Amick, University of Montana Western, getting set to go. No score in round number 1. Jeff Marn, I tell you, this is what a great stepping stone to go from high school rodeo to college rodeo. And tell me about the experiences you've had. I mean, doesn't it just help that next level before getting your pro card?
Oh, yeah. And like we talked about, practice makes perfect, but when you got coaches like this, perfect practice makes perfect, and that's what these coaches are trying to instill in their minds as you're watching another bronc ride here today. College athletes, you know, that's what's so good is they displaying the hard work ethic it displays in these individuals. Whatever happens in the arena, it also helps them. They know they go back and they study, put the long hours in there, but they know it takes effort in whatever you do in life to come. So it's good to watch this, and scores are going to be coming in here in moments on that last bronc ride. 48 points. 48 points unofficially as we continue the University of Providence Big Sky Region Finals here in Great Falls, Montana. We're back here looking for another great bronc ride. We saw that 76 a little earlier.
As Coley Schmidt Miles Community College is getting set to go. Opportunity to get on another horse. Opportunity to get more practice in, even though it may not take him on to the college finals.
Yeah.
Some of these youngsters like Coley, a sophomore at Miles City.
Come on, Coley. This kid has a handful of bronc underneath him here tonight. The old paint horse took a little spill. He's back up and enjoying life once again.
Well, the Wayland Tire replay is going to show it to us, Jeff Martin. Tell us what happened right here.
Well, it just sent him right over him. You saw the daylight coming up, and that means that nothing's going right there. We go down to the bronc riding, some unfinished business. TJ Green's re-ride in the bronc riding, Montana State University talent. We saw a few re-rides here tonight, but these guys are, like we talked about, it seems as though they're building on the efforts they're putting out, and with the big rodeo season right around the corner, some of these that don't qualify, like we touched upon at the college national finals, gives them a little effort to look into something forward where they're going to take it into the rodeo season. 44 points comes up, Vance, for TJ. Oh, the grass is green outside, looking good on a Saturday Night Live here at the University of Providence Big Sky Region Finals Rodeo. Morgan Boggs, Blackfoot Community College Cowboy, coming up to us now. It's great because they have the availability of great contractors. There's some greatest bronc riders that has ever come out of the Big Sky Country right up there. You got the Ogiers, you got the Birds, you've got all the Lunick family. And so a lot of help is available up in that area.
In a couple of months.
We'll get one to get measuring that bronc rate. Nice picture here that we're seeing on our camera shot right now, giving you an up close and personal view of what goes on at the Buck and Shoots. A little slap of encouragement, I might call that there, Vance.
We talked about this weekend, and you and I were driving in and visiting a little pregame about all of the things that are happening this weekend, and we may come right back to that as Morgan Boggs rearing back, about to nod the resist off. Mark him out, make a bucking horse ride, Morgan Boggs.
Yeah, he just got tipped in there, Morgan. And a little bit of trouble just trying to weather the storm. That looked like you in this morning's branding, Vance. A little bit wide-eyed, but I'm telling you what, like we talked about, just the more he gets on, that's going to improve here. But got a little tall in the saddle, and it was, he make sure he got a hold of something, and they set him down. He'll get back to the practice pen. He'll come back. Wayland Tire replay. That was a nice little view.
Shane Birdradler will be.
Yes, Shane Birdradler. We saw him. The effort was there last night. He fell a little short, but darn sure was exposing himself, and I think he might use that as some confidence here as he's, once again, you see the arena laundry, you might say, failed to mark that horse out, it looked like to me, on the one side there, Vance. But we'll see what our officials say.
Well, I'll tell you, Jeff Martin, and tell me your opinion. He continued on the ride. Probably he knew as well as anybody else that my feet might have missed, and you see it on the replay right there, not having him over the front points of the shoulders. But he could have bailed off and quit the ride. Instead, Shane continued on through the ride, and I like that college try. That's going to pay dividends, even though it's going to be a no score.
Yeah, just the effort he puts out. It's just a matter of time before he figures it out, and that's when the winning combination will come together for Shane Birdradler. More bronc riding. We got a big lineup of rodeo coming up back. We got bronc breakaway. We got a couple sections of bull riding, barrel racing, tie-down roping. We've got plenty of rodeo action. Stick around. We'll have more rodeo coming up in moments.
He won the round.
boy, I'm just impressed with our youngsters in the Big Sky region. Tyler Turco is a great example.
Well, the University of Providence fans are in the house, and they're getting with it. Nice-looking picture of the barrier. Gives you a little concept of what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's almost, it's a bird's eye view of what the contestant is looking at. The spread is 3.4 to 2.7. There's actually 11 girls qualifying because of the tie. And look at how many 3.4s, 3 3s, then a 3-2, 3-1, 3 flat, and 2-7. So it's anybody's ball game, and if you can time that right and you gamble when you're 3.4 and go get one roped in a quick 2, or long 2 or a short 3, you put the heat on the top end. As we go to Allie Brown, Montana State University Bobcats again.
Oh, did a little fishing. Nothing bit today, Vance.
Nothing, no fish on. Right around the top of the eyes. It's going to be no time for the good cowgirl from Montana State. Paige Rady, Montana State University Northern, back to the Kallenbergers. Doug and Emily Kallenberger. Great program, and they're proud of this young lady, Paige Rady, getting set to go. See him pinning the barrier. The pusher, we talk a little bit about all the pieces of the puzzle. His job, keep that calf looking straight. You see somebody on the head of the calf pushed up kind of to the front of that chute. That makes a difference in how far ahead of that line he is to how far she has to let him move before she can go. Paige, boy, she took the money throw. She was there.
Yeah, she was going for broke right there, and that's what you like to see, the aggression there. It didn't work out for her today, as we're going to move it right down to Morgan Tucker, University of Montana. Grizzlies coming in, backing into the box.
University of Montana seeing more and more of them making it into the short rounds of these rodeos as from the start of the fall to now. It's really impressive, and hats off to Corey Mitty and the efforts he's putting together over there.
The University of Montana Grizzlies backing into the box. We're about to see more great breakaway rodeo action.
3.4 in round number 1, Jeff Marn. The leaderboard is a 13.2. Taking a chance at it. Calf makes a move to the left. Empty looped is Morgan Tucker.
Well, they're going for it. They are going for it.
Well, we'll stay with the University of Montana. Another youngster, Megan Harris. Another great camera shot. You see that pink flag right there on the saddle horn? That's where her rope is tied with a piece of grocery string. The rope has to be a clean bell catch right around the neck, just like just right around the neck, and then it should pop off. But unfortunately, pitches are slack forward, and the loop comes off the calf, and it's going to be a no time.
Yeah, she came out to be fast, and little tough luck for the University of Montana cowgirl.
Well, from a Grizzly to a Bobcat. Celie Salmon getting set to go. You've seen her? You've seen her in the go time. We're seeing her again in the breakaway. We're going to see her later on in the barrel race. Jeff Marnitz.
And I can't help but to think that goat tying that she did a little earlier is not going to fuel her success in the breakaway roping right now.
Oh, hello. Nifty little loop right there.
Yeah, you knew you started the fire when she didn't have the luck she wanted to in the goat tying, and you knew she was going to come out and come and get them here. Fast little run. We're going to get the time coming in. Whalen Tire replay. 2.9 in our fastest run of this evening.
6.2 on 2, and she just went to the lead in the average. Darby Yeager, University of Montana Western. Back to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the cowbells are out in full effect tonight. Oleo's final rodeo here. It's a pretty neat experience as we keep touching upon here. Here's another Bulldog, Darby Yeager.
Score sharp, rope sharp, Darby Yeager. We're on a streak.
Well, another great run, 3.1 coming in there, 6.4. Yeah, like they said, that average race is getting closer. That'll put her in the number 2 spot right now in the average.
Well, 3-3 in round number 1 is Jessica Partner as well, University of Montana Western.
More Bulldog action. Jessica Partner coming in, backing into the box. We've seen a 2.9, we've seen a 3.1, and let's see if we can beat that as she backs in. Another girl that can be awful fast at times. Yeah, she had to have some patience right there, and it cost her, Vance. But, you know, that's just the way it falls here every now and then. As we'll watch your Wayland Tire replay, touch upon this, as we talked about, sometimes that patience, I mean, if she did anything else right now, she loses that calf, but sat back and kind of let it develop and still gathered her in the average a little bit, so a smart decision on her part.
A little bit longer, 4.6, but like you said, in that average, sitting third in the average right now is we're at Kaylee Kuntz, Montana State University, the Bobcats. She was 3.2 in round number 1, and in no time is going to take her out of that average in round number 2.
Yeah, we'll keep it to the Bobcats, though, coming in a little tough luck on that last run for Kaylee. As we go to Ruby Speth coming up in moments away, another one of these great cowgirls that comes in with a smoking run of 3.1 from yesterday.
Good enough for a third-place finish in the first round. You know, and I like to see this. Ruby's been roping good. She works at it. Her father, Steve Speth, great family. She's got a younger sister rodeoing over in California right now as well, so the family's splitting time between regions. Hopefully they all meet up at the college finals in Casper. But this young lady works at it. It's been a luck of the draw. It's been, you know, nicking a berry here or there. But it's all looked really good for Ruby, and I like to see the fact of, you know, the first round 3.1.
Yeah.
Looking for great things here.
And some great horsepower underneath these cowgirls right here. They've got some awesome, awesome horses. Another great run here tonight. 3 flat. That'll mix nicely with the 6.1 on the 2. So she timed that barrier real good. And then just a nice little clean business run. There she is with a 6.1 on 2. That 3 flat right there added to her 3.1 from yesterday.
I think that took her right to the top of the lead. The average, is that correct? 6.1?
It should be unofficially. That should be where she should be, right where she needs to be, right to the top of the average as we go to another talented individual, Shelby Rasmussen.
3 flat in round number 1. We've seen Shelby. We saw her in the goat tie.
Yeah.
Here she is in the breakaway roping.
And you give this girl a little room to better herself, look out, because she will do just that. She's already sitting in a great position right here. She wants to be faster. That's each and every time she wants to better herself, and that's the name of the game.
Well, that's an opportunity for the freshman to punch her ticket to the college finals. We saw it in the beginning. You know, the top 8 girls in the region had a chance.
Yeah, look at that.
2 in a row for the freshmen.
You just can't teach that kind of competitiveness. And there it is, tying the fastest run we've seen and vaulting her to the lead in the average, 2.7. Yes, 5.7 on the average. That will put her in the number 1 spot, Vance. I love it.
Well, I tell you, you get 50 points from round number 1. You get, if you can hold on for a win here and get 60 points and then another 60 for winning the average, that can vault her very, very easily up into that top 3.
Let's see what Marley Mussman can say. She says, I was 2-7 last night. Don't count the chips yet.
Well,
this is going to get good.
Like I've seen all year long, Marley is a competitor.
You can just tell right there by the look on her face, just another day at the office, practice pen. That's sometimes you got to put yourself back into perspective here.
Marley, now her head
shooting
says,
after that
got
barrier.
This one right around the neck.
I'm going to have to look at that barrier. It was awful, awful close. It looks good from where I'm at.
Hold your breath, Jeff Martin, looking around.
And she just rose to the occasion. Show me the money, Vance Ruff. Awesome display.
5.1 on 2. There's your winner. Wins the round, wins the average. She just went 60, 60, 60 on points. Clean sweeping, the breakaway roping.
This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the University of Montana Western, and that is it for the breakaway roping. Marley Mussman to Shelby Rasmussen. It was a gunfight, Vance Ruff. Stick around, folks. We've got a lot more rodeo action coming up right after this.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire, we know tires.
We know tires.
We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know tires. We know
My name is Ava Duncan. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and my major is natural horsemanship. I like the Experience One program because it's unique and it's innovative. I went and studied wild horses at the Pryor Mountain Range a week before school started, and I get credits for it, and I'm in a class for it right now studying everything we learned in our whole trip. Honestly, this program is what's giving me a shot at having a career in the horse industry, and for that I'm so grateful, and it's such a privilege to be here.
Back to more great University of Providence Big Sky regional finals here in Great Falls, Montana. It's been a good one so far. A gunfight in that breakaway roping you just saw. We're going to go tie-down roping now.
Here's my prediction. A gunfight, maybe even a knife fight in the tie-down roping. This is a great lineup. Keenan Kwame, Montana State University, the sophomore, 13-5 on his first one. 13-5 is number 10. It goes down to 10 seconds flat, so just a 3.5-second split. Keenan catching him, cross, tie. That'll work. You see him hustling back. He's got to get on that horse and ride forward. Slacking the rope, and that calf has to stay tied for 6 seconds.
Yeah, a little tough. Time mounted up on the old steed there, but he got her figured out, and a nice little run. 11 flat. On the average here, it'll put him up there in a nice position.
24-5 on a pair. He set the pace for Levi Midland, Northwest College, 12.8 on his first one. Fresh calves in the spring.
As we move on down the line, like you said, Northwest College bringing us the next contestant.
Levi then 12-8, so he's got a little time to work with. 11 flat leading the round so far. Dial in and you know, I'm not going to fault the offense right there. That was the throw. That calf just moved. We'll see it here in the Wayland Tire replay. Kind of dialed in there and, you know, took that first throw, but these fresh calves sometimes will make a move on you, and just checked out to the left. Empty looped, and it's going to be a no time.
Yeah, no time as we go back to the Bobcats. And Trent Johnson, Montana State University talent, comes in here with a 12.8 from yesterday, qualifying for our top 10 of our short round. That's here at the Big Sky Regional Championships in Great Falls. You know, the men's team and the ladies' team, both the Montana State Universities had a lot of success here this year, Vance Ruff. Each and every one of these colleges is starting to pick up the pace on that. Rough start here, as you might say, but he's going to go on with it.
Well, and here's the rules. You can tie any 3. So you see him trying to get that one up, but the problem is the rope has got the other leg pinned up that it's awful hard to get them together. Our judges are going to inspect the tie. They have to be crossed in one wrap around all 3. That's the basic rules in the tie. So right here, he moved to the right and he did a good job, but everything slowed up and he just couldn't get that slack out of there fast enough.
Yeah,
so
just
right
kind
here,
of
if he'd have had an opportunity, maybe to slip that rope off, but he's trying to win something. That clock is ticking. It's just a little tough luck for the good Bobcats.
Yeah, they're having to inspect that quite a bit. And they give the nod of approval right there. 22.8, but, you know, like we talked about, you never know what goes on in the average.
Bryce Bott, Montana State University, next to go. 12.7 in round number 1. Watch the strategy here. This young man's he'll carry that string in his belt a lot like top PRCA, NFR qualifier, many-time qualifier Ryan Jarrett. Not many can do that and do it well. Bryce Bott has shown us that he's very talented at getting it out of the belt, getting on that front leg. Started his rodeo career down there in Wyoming and then transferred up to Montana State.
Having a runner, like we talked about right there, some of these calves got a little speed to them. You got to be making sure you time that barrier. That he got a little missed the start on that one. It looked like a little bit, and then he could not. He was playing catch up from the start.
Yeah, that luck of the draw. And then we talked about when those calves, that's a tough throw with a calf on the right. Larry Lorang talked about shots off to the left, and honestly, as a roper, I love them off over there to the left a lot better than I do the right because, again, this game is set up and won from the stirrup.
Well, you are left-handed as well, though, too, correct?
James, the only thing that happens is a fork and a spoon in the left hand of mine.
James Ramirez, our next talent, coming up, University of Montana Western man. Backs into our box here. We saw the fastest time in the tie-down roping 10 flat with Jack Graham of Montana State University, which will be coming up a little bit later. But James Ramirez now comes in with a 12.7 University of Montana Western Cowboy, and we are getting it rolling with another opportunity, but just slipped right through that rope right there. A swing and a miss, Vance.
Well, that's just not a good feeling, and we'll see it in the Wayland Tire replay, Jeff. That calf running straight, great start, and he just kind of whacked him right in the back. But you see that horse, the horse was moving left, and James just missed his target, and the rope doesn't fit, and it's a no time.
So the no time as we move it down to Brody Smith, University of Montana Western. Should have the cowbells starting to jingle at any time right now. We saw Brody back into the box, 12.4 yesterday, putting it up in a position to better himself today. We're getting down to where it's going to start meaning a little more. The Montana State University crowd is coming up here, but
that can mess with you too. You know, I'll take you back to the breakaway roping in our winner, Marley Mussman. Did you see? We saw the confidence and the calmness, and she rode right in. And it's a lot like the buck and shoot. She wasted no time in the roping box. Rope was ready to go. In 2 swings, she's a winner. Sometimes when these horses start getting those motors kind of messing with us in there, that's not easy.
Yeah.
May or may not play a factor there, but boy, we sure weren't ready to catch one as soon as he caught up. And unfortunately, Brody Smith is going to take a no time. My prediction is starting to fall apart, Jeff Martin. I'm going to need to see a change in this top 4.
We are going to do it, and I believe it could happen right now. We talked about the run of Montana State University athletes that came. The top 4 that are coming into the fastest time are all from the Bobcat country, as Jake Faulkner, Montana State University. Jake's another one of them guys. Really like the way this guy, how he kind of controls. He's kind of an equine hand there. He's got a nice horse underneath him. He comes in with 11.7 over yesterday, so he's going to try to better himself. We saw Keenan Kwame come in with that 24.5, leading the average on that deal. We'll see if he can better it.
Got to get him up, string, cross, and tie. Holy cow. Here's part of the rules.
Yeah.
Part of the rules in the tie-down roping is that rope has to be on the calf. Watch this right here. So he ropes the calf, but he's got him roped deep, which trips that calf, and as he comes around, the rope is not on the calf when he touches him. So he did the right thing.
Yeah.
You got to get him up, set him down. I love the fact that he did not quit because not knowing, but it's going to be a no time for our Bobcat, Jake Falk.
So a no time right there as we move it on down the line. We talked about 3 remaining in today's performance in the tie-down roping. We're going to go to Lane McGill of Montana State University, 11.6 over yesterday, qualifying him in here today. So another guy that I know you're awful proud of this kid too, being right around there. You get to see these guys. He puts in the time as well.
Oh, he does, and I mean, he's a graduating senior in civil engineering. How do you make any time to practice?
Yeah.
You know, but he does it. He's done it well, and he's just a super nice young man. You get an opportunity to visit with him outside of the arena. Very, very intelligent.
As we get down to the nitty-gritty, 2 sections of bull riding and barrel racing. Last final contestants in our tie-down roping. We got a run started.
Holy cow, Jeff Martin.
Those hands are fast.
Opportunity as we get to that Wayland Tire replay. See Lane, and he took care of business.
Yes.
Still getting it done in 11-4, but watch the setup from the stirrup. Calf taking him further down the arena. But he's there the quickest. Boom, quick flank, but just missing that stringing that front leg and that step 1. The good news, and then it creates another bobble. One mistake leads to another. 23 seconds
There's
flat.
a reason why he's in the number 1 spot in the Big Sky region. It's runs like that. He just doesn't panic and gets taken care of business as we go to another very, very talented all-around athlete by the name of Trevin Bauman, Montana State University. The final 2 are going to be backed into the box in moments. Trevin coming in with the second fastest time of 10.6. Montana State University cowboy. Trevin, here's a guy you're going to see a lot of throughout his rodeo career.
Well, and you and I have talked a lot about him. We've been together, seen him at the Northern Rodeo Association finals. His father, a Bobcat alumni, many-time qualifier to the Montana Pro Rodeo Circuit finals. Trevin, probably steer wrestling might be his best event, but he is no slouch in his tie-down roping. Big, strong cowboy. Another one of those that uses his head. He doesn't get ahead of himself very often, and he gives himself a chance to win.
Well, he sets himself up nicely right here. Let's see how the groundwork comes into play. This could be good, Vance.
I do like it.
Nice and easy.
Right there, you talked about it. You know, he slowed down just enough. So we see on the replay from Whalen Tire, he gets a good catch, keeps that calf on his feet, which helps him be fast. Right here, strings that front one, and that calf wanted to pull a leg on him, and he just settled down and took the time. But he just didn't get it wrapped tight enough.
Yeah.
6-second time, but the calf has to stay tight.
You know, he tried to ease back. You could tell by his demeanor there, coming back and mounting that horse. He needed to take that step forward, slack up that rope as we go to our final tie-down roper. We talked about him. You called it last night. Where's it going to happen tonight? So I might as well give you an opportunity to see if you can go 2 for 2.
10 seconds flat. Jack Graham, I've seen him do it time and time again, and he's had some tough luck at different rodeos. And for you, I really think we're going to finish strong. He's not going to panic. Oh,
well,
dear.
He wasn't panicking at first, but right about now that panic button hit, and on no time. Folks, that tie-down roping was awful impressive here. Vance, it was good watching.
Lane McGill, 11-4. Winning the round, winning the average. Tie-down roping is complete. Stick around with us. We got more great rodeo action from the Big Sky region coming up right after this. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us, I'm Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. The Big Sky Regional Finale is here in Great Falls, University of Providence College Rodeo. Caleb McMillan, Northwest College, is going to start us off in the first section of the bull riding. He was 67 points in round number 1. Jeff Marn.
It is good. We got two of the better bullfighters you'll see anywhere around the country with Sylvan Across, kind of his hometown rodeo, and our other buddy out there, Cody Morris. Nice pair to keep the Cowboys safe this evening.
Caleb McMillan has been to the college finals as a freshman. He's a sophomore. He's going back again. We know he's going for sure in the saddle bronc riding. The bull riding,
Let's see what he does tonight.
he has locked up the Big Sky region. We know he's going in the bull riding as well.
Yeah, away from his hand, and it just looked like he was playing catch-up right from the get-go. Kind of got him tipped over there. Couldn't get back. Nice little bull. That's kind of you like to have, and I'm surprised Caleb couldn't get that one twisted around there for a little longer than what he did. But you saw him just put him right into his hand, and there's no getting back. And you get about 1,300 pounds going the opposite way. It's good luck winning that is what you want to do. But he'll be back. He's a talent. I love the way that kid comes back and tries each and every time. We'll move it on down the line.
Well, we're going to go to the University of Montana Western.
Yeah.
Kelly Murnion getting set to go. 77 points, wins round number 1.
And if you were able to watch that ride last night, you got me and Vance pumped up here. He got whipped down about 2 or 3 different times. At one point in time, he had some dental work done on top of the buck and bull. Kelly Murnion showed it with 77 point of the hardest earnings. He is in there. He dove off the high dive, and he's in trouble. But presence of mind, he didn't panic once again. We talked about this kid. He's got the forearms. He's got the structure of a football player, but he's got the mental attitude, cowboy tough, and I love it. No good for him here tonight, but you mark my word, he's got there's no fear factor in him whatsoever. He stands in there, and Cody Morris unscathed.
Riley Savage, University of Montana Western as well. Riley Savage in round number 1 was a 58. Some of the confidence we saw last night, he hung in there. That light bulb is a flickering for Riley Savage here in College Rodeo in the bull ride.
Yeah, Riley, it's time to get it done right now. It would be a good opportunity for you. Riley, the Bulls are winning tonight in round number 1. Riley not there for the 8-second whistle. We will go back to the Whalen Tire replay right now. As you saw that outside foot, he put it down and tried to get back in there. It looked like he, had a paycheck going and some more points to get accumulated, but it didn't work out for him.
Well, we had 5 successful bull rides in round number 1. Justin Littleplum, Blackfeet Community College, was one of them. Jeff Marn. Justin was 57 points. He got some points, finished 5th in the first round. Justin Littleplum, guys like Riley Savage. What do you see as a future for this young man?
You talk to some of the best bull riders around the country, whether it be the Bredding family, the Lockwood family, the triplets from around and the Bow Hills from Myra, and they'll tell you the same thing. You have to believe in yourself first before you can really take it out into the arena. And I think this is what it starts is right here.
Well, that's what I saw with him last night, that confidence of riding that bull. Justin, let's do it again, round number 2.
A little tough luck right now. That's a handful of buck and bull right there, but you love to see him making the moves, whether it worked out or not. But you can watch it. We're going to watch a Whalen Tire replay in moments away, and anybody that tells you that you can't go to a school if you're a certain time, if you've been riding bulls for long, is just mistaken. There's no time if you're trying to make this serious. That there's always time to improve. The more you get on, the better you're going to improve, and especially when you got people that are great attitudes. As we go to a guy that the attitude and the ability. From core strength to mental attitude, this is the one that you can structure around. Ruger Piva, in my opinion, is maybe one of the underrated bull riders in all the country coming up in the Big Sky region and in the PRCA standings as well. Ruger Piva, University of Montana Western, superstar, I think, in the making.
70 points to get a second-place finish in round number 1. He's finishing school. He wants to be an elementary education teacher. And he's sitting in the top 25 in the world standings in the bull riding right now. Well, retying his hand in the rope right now. You said it, Bulls 4, Cowboys 0. These are the top 5 from round number 1. We've got another big section of Cowboys who've drawn back into this top 10. Ruger, look out.
I can count on about one hand. A little hit in the barrel in there, but I tell you what, I was just going to get to, that's about one of the very few times I've seen him even hit the ground, but just riding him real easy. You see him just kept working him into that hound, and it didn't work out for him here.
Boy, if we watch the replay here, just a great shot of the rodeo clown Joker Jet hanging out in the clown barrel.
Yeah.
Gets a little love.
He just got his egg scrambled is what just happened. His first little taste of the real world in the barrel.
Well, stick around with us, ladies and gentlemen. Rodeo fans, we appreciate you joining us, dialing in with us at the Big Sky Regional Finals. We'll be right back to finish this up right after this.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
Northwest College in Powell, Wyoming. Find yourself here.
Looking for a bridge between high school and that big university? Northwest packs all the opportunities of a big school into a student-centered campus. Plus, you'll get personalized career and transfer counseling and a choice of over 50 degree programs, from accounting to welding. Close to home yet far enough away. NWC credits transfer to institutions across the country.
Assume nothing. Take the campus tour that could change your life.
Tonight, it's about the ladies in the barrel race. Molly Salmon, Montana State University, top of the ground, 13.93 on her first one. They draw for position for their run as she takes one turn to the right, now two to the left for the cloverleaf pattern. Leave those barrels standing, each one potential 5-second penalty if you tip them over. Molly, hurry back across the timeline.
Yeah, nice little run, 14.24. 14.24 for Molly.
So that puts her in the lead for the round and the lead for the average. They've got to come beat her. Anna Hasper, University of Montana Western, was 13.37, got a second place finish in round number one. Around the next barrel, she's keeping them standing. Anna Hasper towards the top of the standings in the Big Sky region for a reason.
Yeah, that horse turns and burns at times, and I think it's going to be better. 13.55 for the time. 13.55 puts her up there.
Well, 26.92 on a pair, and she's in the lead.
Yeah, Katie DeGard, Dawson Community College talent. 13.81, Dawson coming in, represented well. Round number 3, she'll go. Katie looking to turn and burn one down here. It is looking good. 14.22, a little long here tonight.
Well, the number one cowgirl in round number 1 is Sealy Salmon, Montana State University, 13.24. Fastest time of the rodeo so far.
Sealy Salmon, 13.24 coming in. She was the fastest on Friday.
Here she comes. I was going to say she is heading for that second barrel. It looks a little tough, and she's just lucky to avoid injury for her and that horse at that point in time. And she knows she let one slip right there, but tip of the hat to her and what she's done this year. So the 19.39 with the penalty.
Tara Stimson now, Montana State University Northern. Another top competitor in the Big Sky region, 13.61 on her first run. Emily Kallenberger is proud of this one. Need some points to punch a ticket for her to the college finals. Lingering in that number 4 spot in the standings. Making the short round.
Yeah, this could help. A run like this could help, and she's around 3 and making it happen. 13.48 on the effort. It looks good. That is what she needed to do.
So the 13.48, fastest in the round. Second the average right now, so more points. Sierra Lions, University of Montana Western. 13.86 on her first one, qualifying back into the top 10. Round number 3.
Yes, another good little run. 13.57. 13.57. So that'll put her in. We'll get the calculators out and get you the official times on the average on 2 as we move it to Megan Harris. University of Montana cowgirl comes in with 13.80 on Friday. University of Montana. The Grizzly is making it happen as she heads for barrel number 3. Can we help her home? It looks good. Yes. 1382 on the run.
Many times to the College National Finals Rodeo. She's a Big Sky Regional champion in the past. Abby Knight, 1375. Round number 1. Graduating senior, making her final run here in the Four Seasons Arena. Around the end, and boy, the hometown crowd is cheering her on.
Yeah, and this is what she's been waiting for. She kind of got a good one, and she made a good one, 13-74, 13.74 for Abby. What a great career. What an outstanding individual she's been for the University of Providence for a lot of years.
Well, the last girl to go in the number 10 position, bottom of the ground, 1379, University of Montana Western, Tara Hansen. We've seen her have some success at other rodeos this spring. All-around cowgirl, Tara Hansen, growing up in that Manhattan country, graduating from Manhattan High School, basketball player, reaching down, making sure that barrel stays standing. But that one's not going to help. Tipping the barrel on number 2, and around number 3, as she crosses the timeline, it's going to be a 5-second penalty added on.
Well, they're going to have to go back to the official point standings. A lot of opportunities, Vance Ruff.
You know, the barrel racing has always been competitive, and they're very excited to see it. 13:48 getting the win. As we take a break, we'll be back right after this. Love to see it. We talked about it yesterday. If you're just joining us, we're back to the action. Vance Ruff along with Jeff Marn. The final section, the final event of the Big Sky Regional finale. It's bull riding, section number 2. Matt Lipey, Dawson Community College, is getting set to go.
Yeah, Matt's got that little bull that came out. We got to watch him in last night's performance that he's got to look forward to getting on this bull. Around to that right should be, and he's right there a little closer to home today. That's kind of the pick of the pen right there. He gave a few more jumps out last night, and then it was about 3 or 4 out and then came around like that. But tonight he said, you know what? This is my trip right here. 1 and around to that right, and it was looking good. It whipped him down. Matt didn't have any luck here tonight, so a no score.
Well, down to the final 4 with an opportunity to be 78 or higher. Colton Moss, Northwest College, Powell, Wyoming.
We've talked about the great talent at Northwest College, always a competitor for the year end in the team championships as well.
But again, still, we talk about that competition level. Regardless of not being able to move on, it's going to take them to the next step, set up their summer.
Oh, get a better seat than where you're at right now, because it was looking a little sketchy. Sylvan Lacrosse, Cody Morris doing a great job this weekend, going out there and throwing themselves in the way of harm's way. As you look at this, I don't know if he had a hold to that. He just, when he came in there, I think he meant to put a little knee in that, but you saw his feet go right straight behind him, all that weight, and over the dashboard he goes and avoided some injury right there, so that's a good thing, and the no score comes up for that Cowboy.
Montana State University Bobcats getting set to go. Keenan Kwame getting an opportunity to get on another one.
As he's getting set, taking the wrap and getting ready to stick his chin down, chest out, and make a bull ride. Here we go. Keenan, come on. Oh. Boy, he had one started right there. He's kind of blowing up and kind of one of them that make you feel pretty good. But we'll see what went wrong here as the Whalen Tire replay showing us a great view, and just kind of got beat out of there. Leaned back and all that pressure coming out of there. Couldn't hang on to his bull rope. And so no score for a very talented all-around athlete.
Logan Peterson getting set to go, Dawson Community College. He'll be next. Another Cowboy that was a no score in round number 1. Drawn back, opportunity for a second bull here at the regional finals. It's been a great night in Great Falls, Jeff Martin. Another great camera shot from our crew here, giving you up close and personal. As he's got his hand in the rope, trying to get that bull standing, get those feet down, get that set for that first move right out of the buck and shoot.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
The big bald-faced Brindle brought the thunder here tonight.
So we go to the Wayland Tire replay. Jeff Marn, talk to me about how everything got so loose so fast.
Boy, and that's what I was thinking right off the bat. I didn't know if he actually nodded at that time, because right out of there, that bull came out kicking, so I didn't know why he would be so loose. Just like we talked about, the more they get on and the more practice is going to help with some of these young individuals come into the next college season. Cash Hill, University of Providence, his hometown. I'd love nothing more to see him ended on a good note right here.
Well, look at the scene. How awesome would this be? The leaderboard is wide open.
Yeah.
So here's our bareback rider, Cash Hill, entering the bull riding. He was a no score in round 1, but he gets an opportunity to come back, drawn back to ride another one. And here, if he goes 78 points, he just wins an average, and wins his hometown rodeo on one bull.
All right, Cash Hill, show us what you're made of here tonight. I'd love to see this happen. All right. Bull rider, come on, buddy.
Oh, Cash.
Oh, get up now. Oh, I blew him out of his cinched jeans and shirts here tonight, but a big smile from ear to ear, and he's happy. You know what? Tip of the hat to the University of Providence, to the Big Sky region, all the college athletes, all the contestants, spectators that came out here tonight. Vance Ruff, it's been a great one. We're going to get the recap of tonight's performance. But on behalf of all of us here at the Great Falls Four Seasons Arena, we'll be back with more details coming up right after this.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Experience Great Falls with us at the Super 8 Hotel, located just off I-15, close to great shopping at the Holiday Village Mall and to many of our area's local attractions. And enjoy our beautifully appointed rooms complete with free Wi-Fi. Start your day off with an 8-item continental breakfast. We offer a 24-hour front desk service, laundry facilities, and free coffee is always available.
Call us at 1-800-800-8000 or visit us at our website.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm Vance Ruff, along with Jeff Marn. Exciting rodeo action here to finish up the Big Sky region at the finale University of Providence College Rodeo here in Great Falls. Jeff, what did you think of tonight's performance?
You know, what I thought about it is the crowd came out here and it helped out these great competitors that we saw. Collegiate Rodeo at its best here tonight. We saw the ending of a great leader at the University of Montana Western, Ole Els. It was extra special to cap it off here in Great Falls.
Well, we sure had a great time, and we appreciate everybody joining us. Have a great night, everybody. From Great Falls, I'm Vance Ruff, along with Jeff Marn, saying have a great rest of your weekend.